morning, all of you. In today's lecture, we will going on the introduction of the numerical and statistical methods. Okay, we'll see the details. Before going on that, we have seen in the yesterday's lecture, we have seen the teaching scheme, also examination scheme. Also, we have seen what is the course objective and course outcome, and we have covered the application as well as the units given in your syllabus, or we can say the course contents. Also, I have explained how to complete our term work. In today's lecture, we will see the introduction of the numerical and statistical method. All these things we have completed. Then see how you can describe the engineering system. This is the you can describe that subject with the help of mathematical model. If you have taken any application, then you can make the mathematical model for that system. Any application. Mathematical modeling is nothing but it is a represent in different forms, okay, depending upon the complexity of the system, or we can say the phenomenon and process parameter involved in the mathematical modeling. We'll see the details example of that mathematical model. Okay. Again, you can define that mathematical modeling. It is the formulation or equation that express the essential features of the physical system. Okay, means you have given there are different variables. We can say that variable is equal to f. Independent variable is there function. Okay, parameters and forcing function. Okay, what is the dependable variable or independent variable? Dependent variable means that characteristics that reflects the behavior of the system. Okay, that characteristics that reflects the behavior of the system. In the independent variable, we are consider the dimension such as again time and space along which the system behavior is being determined. All these things we are determined in the independent variable, or we are consider that things. Remember that. Then what is the parameter? Parameter is nothing but the there is a reflective of the system property, or we can say the composition. Okay, whatever it may be the reflective of the system property or composition, it is nothing but the parameter. And last is a forcing function. There is a external influence acting upon the system. For example, we are acting the load on the beam is coming under the forcing function. We'll take the one example and understand that what is the dependent variable, independent variable, parameters and forcing function. Okay, this is the model function example is there. We are assuming a bungee jumper is a in mid-flight and analytical model for the jumper's velocity. According to the drag force, see here is a upward force due to the air resistance, and here is a downward force due to the acceleration gravity. Okay, due to the gravity. Then if you make the formula for that, then you will get the Vt is equal to root of Gm divided by Cd. Okay, that formula you will get, which is the dependent variable. There is a velocity, V is the dependent variable. Is nothing but the characteristic that reflect the behavior of the system. This is the characteristics of the system is the velocity. Independent variable time. Per time they are going the downward due to the acceleration due to the gravity. Okay, independent variable is a time. Which parameter we are consider here? We are considering the mass is there and drag coefficient CD is there. drag coefficient CD is there. Which is the forcing function? Gravitational acceleration. We are considering that G is the gravitational acceleration. And you will get the A is equal to acceleration. You know that F divided by M, where A is the dependent variable and F is the forcing function and M is the parameter. All these things you can clear with the help of that example. Remember that which is the dependent variable, independent variable, parameters and forcing function is there. Okay, we'll continue that. Then what is the actual, how to solve the given numericals? There are a different ways are given in the engineering approach to solve that problems. Okay, first way is the analytical solution. You will get the analytical solution you can derive for the limited classes of the problems. Okay, for example, I will give the, if you have given ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then you can use directly the roots of equation. Okay, this is the quadratic equation because ax square plus bx plus c is there. If you have given the any other polynomial, for example, if you have given the x cube plus 2x square minus 9x plus 18 is equal to 0, then we want to use the another method to solve that example. Okay, that's why this is the only limited class of the problem. This solution is given for the analytical solution. Then see, second method is a graphical method. Okay, graphical method. Let the function y is equal to fx. We can say this is the, or y is equal to fx is equal to 0. This root of the function lies where fx is equal to 0. The graphical solution were used to the characterize the behavior of the system. This graphical solution usually took the form of the plot or monographs. Whenever we want to plot the graph, then we are using that graphical solution or represent that data with the help of graphical solution. Then next is a, with the help of different calculators and slide rules were used to implement the numerical methods manually. Okay, in these three different ways you can solve the given numericals or problem. Numerical methods, if you have seen in the reality, the solving of the math problem generally involves in the finding an answer rather than the exact answer. Okay, numerical analysis is the study of algorithm that use numerical approximation for the problem of mathematical analysis. You don't get the exact answer, but you will get the approximate answer near about that actual answer. Okay, this is the one of the technique by which mathematical problem are formulated so that that can be solved with the arithmetic operations. Okay, this is nothing but the numerical methods. Then see, numerical methods having the different significant influence on the actual engineering problem solving process. There are several reasons why you should study the numerical methods. Okay, needs of the numerical methods or analysis. Why we require the, that analytical method may not exist. Okay, means sometimes formula not available. Okay, numerical methods are extremely powerful problem solving tool. They are capable of handling large system of equation, then different non-linearities equation and complicated geometries. Okay, that's why we will study the numerical method. Okay, then sometimes what happen, that data available, okay, that data available but does not admit. This is the applicability of the direct the analytical method. Means what happen, many problems cannot be solved using existing facility. available in the software. Okay, sometimes that data is available, but we can't make the equations. Okay, one can design the program to solve the problem without buying expensive software. Okay, this is the second uh, important why we study the numerical methods. Then third is the numerical method are efficient vehicle to learn the use of a computer for solving the problem. Then we can use the different methods or softwares for solving the given numericals. We have seen in the yesterday's syllabus is including there are 6 units. Okay, unit number 1 to 6 is there. Okay, that different units we can use roots of equation, simultaneous equation, numerical solution of different equation, numerical integration is there, curve fitting is there, statistic, probability, all these things we are using with the help of use of computer for solving the problems. Okay. The next, what is the exactly difference between the numerical and analytical method? In the analytical method or analytical solution can be obtained exactly with pencil and paper. Means we can exactly find out that answer with the help of pencil and paper. But in the numerical, it is difficult to solve using pencil and paper. You have to do the number of calculations in the numerical. Okay. That analytical method, second difference is provide exact solution. But numerical, you will give the approximate solution, not exact solution. Near about that value, you will get the answer. Then third is a analytical solution are generally considered to be stronger, okay, than the numerical solution. As compared to that analytical and numerical solution obtained using numerical methods are generally weaker because they are not provide the exact solution. That's why they are weaker as compared to the analytical method. Then does not follow any algorithm to solve a problem, but in the numerical they are follow the algorithm. Okay. Without algorithm we can't find out the answer. In the analytical solution from the base of new ideas and proofs will get, but in the numerical solution will get very rarely can contribute as a proof or new ideas. Okay. Then this analytical method is a more time consuming and sometimes impossible. Okay, here is a numerical, you will get the within few seconds or time that answer, means you will require the less time, and this is possible for the almost all cases because we know the formulas, we know the with the help of that formulas you can calculate the answer. Here you have to uh, make the formulas. Okay. And here in the analytical method we want to use the theorems to obtain the solution, but here in the numerical method we will use the trial and error methods, okay, to obtain the solution. This is the main difference in between the numerical and analytical method. You have to remember that. This is the overview of the numerical statistical method. These 6 units are included in your syllabus: roots of equation and simultaneous equation, numerical solution of differential equation optimization, numerical integration, curve fitting and regression analysis, statistics and probability and linear algebra. Okay. In the unit number 1, the roots of equation and simultaneous equation. This is given in your syllabus. We will see the one by one bracketing method and Newton-Raphson method. And second part, you have given the solution of simultaneous equation. We want to use that method and find out the solution. What is the objective and outcomes from the unit number 1? We have seen first, before going on that, in the yesterday lecture, there are different objective and outcomes is given. First unit is aim to develop the knowledge of different types of the roots of equation. Okay, different types of the roots of equation. Means if you have given the single equation, single root, double root, then again triple root, then how to solve that problems if you have given that different roots. Understand the logic used to use for the solving non-linear equation. Okay, you have to, if you have given the polynomial 2, 3, 4, okay, etc., then you have to understand the logic behind that, how to solve that non-linear equation, or you know to the different methods used for the solving algebraic and transcendental equation. What is the algebraic and transcendental equation? There are sometimes you have given the graphical representation or algebraic and transcendental equation. We'll see the details what is this. Then what is the, if you have learned from the first unit, then you can easily evaluate the roots of equation in engineering application using the iterative approach with minimize error. Okay, you will get with the help of different method, you can find out the roots of equation in engineering application. Understand the various types of the numerical method for solving the roots of equation. Means bracketing method is there, then Newton-Raphson method is there. Okay, you can understand that method, how to find out the roots of equation. Okay, and you can apply that concept of numerical analysis to find the relative strength and weakness of each computation method. Okay, this you can applicable for the applications or given problems. This is the outcomes. Then see what is mean by the root of equation or algebraic and transcendental equation. The roots of equation, I will show the next slide. Roots of equation. See, here is a, when the this, when you draw the graph, okay, then this graph, when this line is touched to the x-axis or intersect to the x-axis, this point is called as a root. This point is called as a root. Okay, here is a, you will get the single root, or we can say the one root. See here, this line or curve is touch intersect two times, this one and this one. Means here you will get the two roots. This is nothing but the roots. Okay, this equation is given in the form of a fx is equal to 0. Okay, this fx is purely polynomial. For example, see here I have taken one example, x raised to 6 minus x raised to 4 minus x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. This equation is called as a algebraic equation, where that see the above equation or this equation x raised to 6 is polynomial in x of degree n, and every equation of the nth degree has n roots, either real or imaginary. Okay, remember that. But other than that, means if you have given fx is involves trigonometry, arithmetic or exponential. Okay, means that equation containing the trigonometric, algorithmic and exponential function is called as a transcendental equation. What is the transcendental equation, all of you getting? There is a trigonometry, means what, sine, cos, tan is there. Arithmetic or exponential. Again, you have given the e raised to x, okay, or log is included, okay, or containing the log. This equation is called as a transcendental equation. X raised to e raised to x minus 2 is equal to 0, is equal to 0, okay. X into e raised to x minus 2 is equal to 0, and x log 10 raised to x minus 1.2 is equal to 0. This is the transcendental equation because there is a exponential function are containing in that equation, algebraic equation containing the trigonometric, logarithmic and exponential function. That equation is called as a transcendental equation. In the roots of equation there are two methods. Okay, first is a bracketing method, or it is also called as a interpolation method. Okay, again that bracketing method is divided into two types: bisection method, it is also called as a half interval method, or false position method, or we can say the regular falsy method. And again second is a open method is there, and open method having the two different types: Newton-Raphson method or one point iteration or successive approximation method. Then after that we will see the flowchart and algorithm and MATLAB programming. Okay, all of you getting? See, there is a non-linear equation are divided into the three types: bracketing, graphical or open method. Let we can say the graphical method means what? You have to draw the graph. Okay, this bracketing method I have already told. There are two types: bisection and false position or regular falsy method is there. And open method, Newton-Raphson method and successive approximation or one point iteration method is there. Okay, this methods, with the help of that methods we can solve the given numerical. You will get the different iteration. We want to the find out that different iteration with the help of trial and error method. This all the methods is known as a iterative method. Iterative method. Okay. Mm. Then see, we'll see remaining part in the next lecture. Okay, lecture number 2, introduction to the root of equation. We'll start syllabus actual with the help of bisection method. Next lecture we'll see the bisection method. Today we'll stop here. Okay, thank you.